Hello, everybody. This is Kim. Welcome to Leap into Life with Kim. Today, I just have a quick, little brief thing that I want to share. Just something to encourage you, for you to encourage someone else, and that person encourage someone else, so we can just pass it on like a rumor. And that thing is for you to keep moving. With all the recent things that have occurred, these murders. I'm going to call them murders because they were taken. Their lives were taken, and I'll say premature. So these murders that have occurred, one 2 weeks ago, one a few days ago, and they're horrific crimes. It's unfortunate that we're dealing with that in this season right now, but nonetheless, we are dealing with it. It is just like we dealt with the coronavirus. It was a pandemic of that. Now we're dealing with a plague of racial violence and tension. And unfortunately, we are going to have to go through this. The truth is that it's always been this way. It's just a lot of things have been under covers. We just always couldn't see them, especially since our eyes were closed in comfortableness. A lot of times we get comfortable and we close our eyes in that comfort and we just get settled and we don't look and we don't watch. But my message to you today is to keep moving. Why am I telling you to keep moving? Why I'm telling you to keep moving is because we can get so caught up in these situations and get distracted that we stop doing what it is that we were called to do. We stop doing what it is that's been applied onto our life, the responsibility that we've been given to change our world or to inspire someone or to move on in our careers. We stop when we're distracted. These things, I'm not calling them negative distractions, because these things are things that we need to focus and pay attention to so that we can be ready for tomorrow. Why is it important to pay attention to that? So that we can do something better today that will change someone else's tomorrow. We all have a responsibility for that. But one of our responsibilities is to keep going. If we allow this situation to overwhelm us so much that we start to forget, put aside our purpose, lay aside our careers, we stop learning, we stop growing. And what happens with that? If you stop doing and you were supposed to pass the baton to someone else, then what happens is they don't get a chance to run their race. It's like a train wreck. You stop, they stop, everything stops. We cannot do that. Our ancestors worked too hard to get us to where we are today. It is our responsibility to pick up the baton and keep moving. The people who lost their lives and their family, my prayers are to you. I give sympathy to you and your family and to all of those. But for those of us who stop, we literally are dying in our tracks. We have got to keep moving. We've got to pick up the baton and we've got to go from here. This is how we change the laws. This is how we change the future. This is how we inspire to teach our children that there are many afflictions of the righteous, but God delivers us out of them all. We have to keep going. Pick up the baton. Get up from where you are. Keep moving. Don't stop here. If we stop midway, then we stop in someone else's purpose. We stop in our purpose, which affects someone else's, what they're supposed to do in their life. Please don't stop. Pick it up from here. And how do we fight these battles? We fight these battles with information, with knowledge, with opening our eyes and seeing what's before us so that we can prepare, so that we can be better the next time a situation comes around. Just like we did for the coronavirus. We didn't expect it, but there it came. What did we do? We survived. We put on our masks. We changed the way we think. We changed the way we clean things, the way we take care of ourselves. We protected ourselves. What do we have to do with this situation? We have to take care of ourselves. We've got to think about the best way to move forward, even in this. I call this an epidemic, a plague of racism. We're going to have to deal with it. It has never gone away. It's always been here. We just weren't able to see it because we were living in comfortableness. Well, now it's time to wake up. God put us in our homes and let us see that we need to stay and check our heart. So we've checked our hearts. And I'm not saying God put out the coronavirus, because I don't believe that. But while we were here, we had to check our heart. We had to check our stance, check where we were. Now that we see and we've figured out some things, we know how to move forward. Now we have this issue. So now we have to check ourselves. We have to make sure that we're not carrying unseen anger and bitterness. We've got to be careful, because it could hinder what we're supposed to do. And it could also hinder the lives of those who are watching us. We've got to get up from here. We've got to keep moving. Tell your neighbor, it doesn't stop here. It doesn't stop here. We've got to get up and we've got to keep moving.